Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris. This is Starters Order 7, and we're back here on the flats, coming up to some pretty decent races, to be honest with you, in September. I'm going over the comments recently. There was one on one of the tutorial videos asking, are we going to run Star Drom in the Arc de Triomphe? And I can't lie, it's something I've thought about. And I don't know. I don't know because I've been thinking about it. It's just you look at our progression 6 furlong, 7 furlong, mile 1, mile 2. We're winning. I don't know whether I see Star Drom as a mile 4 horse. We've got a little bit of adaptability, but really I think we're a mile 3, possibly at best. We can win like the best mile 3s out there, I would say, with Star Drom. And mile 4, I think that's going to depend on the race and the field. And right now, we're 140 rated and we're 15 out of 15 races won. We've never lost. 13 out of 15 of those are graded races. There's a maiden, and there's this 2,000 guinea trial condition race out in Dubai, which I think is as difficult as a graded race. So 14 feature wins, 13 graded wins, 10 of those are grade 1 wins, 140 rated, 15 out of 15. I think the biggest threats that we have to losing that is moving above a mile 3 in a big race and finding ourselves against a good horse. But I know it's somewhere, it's either at the end of September or the start of October, right? So it should be on the schedule. Yeah, if it's in the first 2 weeks of October, it's going to be in the schedule. I think we go look. I want to see the field. Now, those are all the reasons I don't want to do it. Let me just get it out of the way first. Those are the reasons I don't want to do it. There's 2 reasons I want to do it. Number 1, if we win, then it's like another big feather in the cap. Like every question we've asked of Star Drom, they've answered. 100% have answered. So it'd be really nice to add this to that. The second reason I would want to do it is the Arc de Triomphe. It's, for me, one of the biggest flat races in the world. And it commands my respect. Now, it also commands my respect not for money reasons. I don't like sponsorship of these events. I understand why they are. I'm always just going to call it the Arc or the Arc de Triomphe and not sponsorship names. And I will do that for a bunch of races. So, yeah, I really like the race. I really think it's going to be an interesting one. It's a big challenge. I just don't like to mess up our rating and our unbeaten season. Northern Dance is a fun race. I don't think that's going to be super challenging. The only question I have in this race, I was going to say I fear one horse. I don't fear one horse. I just think that one horse is really good and has shown that it can run a mile 4 really well. So mile 3 and mile 4, and it is Canadian. So if we did go up there for the Northern Star, Penafrom is a bit of an interesting horse. Got the Joe Hurst Classic. I think we win. I just think we win. I don't really think anyone here is going to worry us too much. Oh, Penafrom is in the Arc de Triomphe. Okay. Yeah. Domestically, there's no challenge to the Arc de Triomphe, sadly. It's one that just isn't highly rated by the game for some reason. And that's annoying. I will say that kind of makes it a match race between ourselves and Penafrom. I'm sure France has good horses. I'm guessing that none of them are going to be able to run a mile 4. I'm guessing. Oh, you're running 2 miles 4. I mean, okay, that's just interesting. That's just interesting. You're running 2 mile 4. So all the distance horses are basically going at 2 miles 4 instead of a mile 4. So we got some milers, we got some mile 2, and then we just jump straight to 2-4. So that's why this field is so bad. Um, yeah, yeah, okay. So we can book it, we can try it, we can run it. The only other things that we've got booked in are the Irish Champion very soon, and I think we win that. And then the Hong Kong Cup in December, and I think we probably win that. So I don't think anything hits our unbeaten record or 140 rating unless Penafrom runs as well as they can. Because they like this distance better than us, and they're a very, very good horse. Emma Jane Wilson, a very good jockey. Doesn't really look like there's much else at the stables. They had a Grade 1 winner that wasn't great. Penafrom is just the king of Canada right now. So, okay. Okay. I do like the fact that you can kind of go in and check other people's stables. Got a 5-year-old Nicholas Volge who probably doesn't love a mile 4, but can run it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you, we're basically running his one horse. So the benefits of running for me aren't really there. There's no prestige to it. There's no real challenge to it. It's us versus one horse. It's not a field of good horses. It's not competitive enough to really match the stature of an Arc de Triomphe. So I would be lying if I said that that's something I want to run. But we will run it. It's been suggested. We will run it. We might lose it. And that will really hurt us moving forward. So, yeah, don't love it, but I think at this point, we shouldn't back down from any challenges with Star Drom. We should really see what's there. And so, yeah, we'll do it. We will do it. We're here though at the 7 furlong spinaway, Class 1, Grade 1 for €2 upon the dirt. Don't think this suits Spear Dancer too well, but it's about all we've got. And so we're testing, we're trying to get a little bit of potential growth in them. Didn't start particularly well, but we're kind of leading this chasing pack with Jardin Noel on the inside. We've got Mighty Whippy alongside us now on the outside, back to Sism Shirley, Nirvana Sharmed and Chalk Struggle. We're coming down to the final 2 furlongs. Nifty Meter up at the front. Inside the final furlong, we've pretty much just got everyone apart from Choco Struggle at the back of the field. And as expected, like, Spear Dancer just didn't really look like they wanted this. Not face kickback, slowly away, soon recovered, hampered over one out, outplaced, and very unlucky. So all of that is fine, apart from the first 3 words. To have a bad start and get hampered and only finish by 1.2 lengths means we probably should have won. It means we probably should have won. We have hit our potential with Spear Dancer. There's definitely nothing else I need to prove. Yeah, that kickback thing is kind of annoying, and I don't love it. I don't love it. Yeah, that's kind of tough for me. That's kind of tough. I'm not sure what we're gonna do there. That's probably jockey instructions telling it to go to the front. Do not trail. Uh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Something I've just never seen before this save. And then the last few years now, we're seeing it crop up a lot. And that's because we're probably breeding it back into our lines. That's for sure, right? That's definitely something that's happening here. Because Morton had it as well. I don't know whether Officer Lilly had it. I don't know. I don't think so. But Eves Morton, Hague Morton, Kaneki Jester, I don't. Oh, yeah, that was one of the 2 that really just didn't work. So yeah, the fact that Hague Morton won a grade 3 and a grade 2, came 3rd in a grade 1. And then Eves Morton had 3 grade 3s and a grade 1. Even though they both would have had it. I like Spear Dancer. I don't like the quirks. I don't think I'm going to breed from them. And I'm going to take Zainab Morton out. She was next in line as well, so it's kind of a now or never game day decision. I feel that's just something there. Voronova Tycoon's also got the quirk look. And pass it along to Hague Tycoon. And then Mrs. Duck, who we like. I just don't feel like I want to breed quirks. It's going to give us less options. It's definitely going to give us less options. But yeah, I don't need more complications. I think that's where I'm at. I don't need more complications with these horses having quirks and it not really working out in our favor. So I'm guessing, sadly, that means Voronova Tycoon's going to be leaving the breeding barn too. I like her as a breeder, but I think just pushing up the quality is going to be key for me. So I just want to make sure, does anybody else have quirks, especially that quirk? I feel it's kind of a no from me if they've got that quirks in terms of breeding. And it's only Hague Tycoon. Spear Dancer and Mrs. Duck. Dragon's Clear. Yeah, weigh in the comment section what you think about those quirks and everything, but yeah, it does make it more difficult. You can book on turf only. You could probably try pacifiers, but they're very hit and miss. You can just keep breeding, and over time they might breed out of your lines. I just don't think I need them, and I don't want the hassle of them. So I think it works for me to do it this way, but you kind of let me know how you feel about that, and how you feel about quirks in general. Do you see them crop up much? Do they affect you? How do you deal with them? Kind of interested to see your guys' thoughts on all of that. But we're back for another 2-year-old grade 1 upon the dirt. Class 1, 7 furlong, Hopeful. A race that I always seem to really struggle in. The favourite will be High Life against the rail. But can they actually do anything? It's not a bad start, to be fair. We got Eva Meldy, Muffin Kirkus, Abrasion Loco, Aptina, Mesa, whatever, Touch, Courageous, Zoro dropping back in there as well. Who's the Cat Senate? And Retrieve, Tantalus at the back. We're coming around the bend. High Life is going to kick on now. Down inside the final 1.5. Whatever, Touch coming up. Even Melody coming up. 1 furlong fastly approaching on the home stretch. There's 5 in a group, all starting to come up. Whatever, Touch. Apatina Mayash is there. I've done it again. Mayasa has come up. Looks like they're going to get third. High Life in first, though. Whatever, Touch second. Apatina Mayasa up into third. A solid run. A not expected win, but a grade 1 win nonetheless. High Life now has over 80 ability. Potential still sticks at, what, I'm going to say 87. And we're probably at 81. I think we've probably maxed out, if I'm honest. Like, we're 5 races in, we've probably maxed out that potential. It means we don't have an absolute ton of potential for Triple Crown, but we should be in a good place. We should be in a good place. Yeah. I think High Life's going into the breeding barn. Especially winning the Hopeful. Like I said, I never feel super comfortable about that. So she's done her racing. Absolutely fine. We should be close to finishing breeding, I think. I was worried you missed something at an auction there. So nod forms with reams. And then we've got our trip to Ireland. We're going to Leopardstown, aren't we? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The juvenile and then the Irish champion. I don't know why I suddenly got nervous. I think Star Drom's got this one. Although if we don't win this one, it takes pressure off the last couple for the 140 rated and unbeaten record. Definitely unbeaten, probably the 140. We're then looking to see, can we win it back in the last two races. Yeah, unraced 2-year-olds, one's laid back. We haven't done anything. We won a maiden. And we didn't run two maidens well. So juvenile is going to be kind of interesting here. Over a mile, Class 1, Grade 2 for 2-year-olds upon the turf at Leopardstown. Starting on the back stretch on the outside, and it's not a terrible start, but not a great one for Magic Man. Will surge clear into the lead with View and Bazegno, Capable Buster, Adizia Rackham, then Franco Till, Penn Entertainer, Rockawella Pastime, Faithful, Ferbert, and Mohanad Trip at the rear. We are going to just start to kick on a little bit. Here comes Capable Buster. Final 2 furlongs. They come in behind us and are starting to drop off a bit. They kicked on really well around the turn. They got into fighting position but drop off. Now they're going to come back for another one. Rockweiler Pastime and Franco Tail as well from deep inside the final furlong. Magic Man just holding, starting to lengthen on Buster. Franco Tail is coming up but can't quite join in either. Magic Man's gonna take this. The juvenile, that's a solid win. Not the most difficult race, but a trip to Ireland and then coming home, getting a nice graded race, doing it fairly comfortably. I quite like that. I've got to be honest, I quite like that. 97 rating, still only 70 potential. Had 4 runs, couple of them bad maidens. There's a chance that there's more to come. I think one more run to see if we jump at all past that 70 ability marker and gain any more potential this year. But I've got a feeling we're done. I do have a feeling we're done. And okay, the Irish champion, an ungraded Irish horse, a couple of grade 2 Irish horses, and a grade 1. Beth Clonroche, who we do know, and I don't think ran too badly, right? They won it last year. They were second the year before. They also won the juvenile. So this would be right on their distance. Everything looks good for them. We have as well grade 2 from Dubai. Rium Daffodil, beaten by 6 odd lengths in the Saudi Cup and in the Pegasus World Cup by Star Drom. Couple more second places we weren't involved in there. Third at the Haskell behind us. Fourth at the Belmont when Kandy Star came 5th. And third behind Kandy Star. in both the Preakness and the Derby. This horse has come so close to winning Grade 1s. Will today be the day? I don't think so. I fancy Star Drom to keep going and keep this run alive. 1 mile, 2 furlong, Irish champion, Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds upon the turf. Jessica Harrington running 2 horses in this, but Star Drom, Rium Daffodil, and Beth Clone Roche will be the 3 to watch. And they're all out the gates pretty well. Star Drom gonna go to the front. There is Beth against the rail, and on the outside of them, Rium Daffodil. Back to Gordonsville Riviera, him told ya so, and Sheboygan Lace. The 2 stablemates right at the back of this field. Rium Daffodil comes up for the turn. Clone Roche goes really wide, giving themselves a lane. We're inside 2. Clone Roche is now falling away. Daffodil yet the challenge, but we are coming up now then to that final furlong back as we storm down the home stretch. Star Drom still in the lead. Here comes Rium Daffodil. Will today be the day? Rium Daffodil doesn't quite have it. Gordonsville Riviera coming up strong. Once again, Rium Daffodil in second in a Grade 1. Had a good push, just couldn't sustain to the finish. Star Drom remains perfect. 16 races, 16 wins, 11 Grade 1s, 140 rated. Daffodil. Rium Daffodil. If it wasn't for Star Drom, would have 3 Grade 1 wins. Well, oops. I guess Hague Kandy. It's kind of a while till the next one. Let me check my sales. Yeah, kind of good skipping. Kind of good skipping. And so this should put us about 3 days out from the Arc de Triomphe. Hague Kandy now has their bookings. The Jockey Club Gold Cup, which I think is going to be tough, but we can win. The Tennis Show is going to be tough, but we maybe can win. Breeders' Cup Classic, tough, but we can win. I do feel that we're not too bad on those. We should be competitive at least. Kandy Star only has the British Champion Stakes. We're about 2 weeks out from that before they end their season and head to the breeding barn. Ready for next season. Still got a chance at a 140 rating, technically. It's a big enough race-ish that they could do it. I also wonder, is there not a little 1-1 that's worth something for Kandy Star? The Clark, the Champions Cup in December. The only foreign horse to win it's been Brex. So I'm guessing that's for fillies only, because it won't let me go, but it's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I've got to go out of it and come back into it for this to show up. That was kind of weird. So yeah, Kandy Star could run the Champions Cup. as well. Give them an extra run. And then Star Drom is the Arc de Triomphe, which flip a coin. Flip a coin. As much as I love my horse, it's a touch too far, and there is someone who absolutely loves a mile 4 and is a great horse too. Probably not as good as Star Drom, but that distance might make the difference. This is kind of the risk. This is kind of the risk. This next race for Star Drom is the risk. For the unbeaten record, the 140 rating, as Hague Kandy returns to Belmont Park. This time it's a mile 2, the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds on the dirt. Couple of solid horses in here. There's a couple of horses that I think are decent, good form horses. I would expect us to do well, I would expect us to do well if we could get out of the gate, but giving up a 2 to 3 length lead right away like that is kind of diabolical. Being led out by Butler's Name with Chili Pa Northwood framed, Zadufadout, Duat Jen Curry, Compamse Maria, Northwold framed, if I said them, Mesma Jose. We're right up in this one. We can get blocked off by Chili Pa and Butler's Name here. And that start was absolutely terrible. We will get blocked off. We gotta love it. We start so far back and then we get blocked off, and you can see it coming. We can see it coming. Just beginning to pick up towards the end. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. I feel the Belmont is just not a place we want to run. Belmont Stakes, we got blocked off and probably robbed of a Triple Crown. And then the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Just a bad start, run into the back of the horse, and just, again, didn't work out. Yeah. It's annoying. It's annoying. What even is a mile 3? Nothing. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I don't want a mile 3 horse at this point of the year. I just don't know if it's worth running those mile 2s now. I guess it is because we've got nothing else, right? We got nothing else. But the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, and it's pretty much a match race between an American and a Canadian over in France. Ooh, Daffodil. Daffodil just won a Grade 1. Daffodil, I think, just won a Grade 1. Miracles can happen. Okay, Star Drom, Penafrom, just both got 4 letters in their 2 names. Both ends with ROM. The top 2 horses, the best 2 horses, just... We are gambling our unbeaten record and 140 rating against this Canadian unless something happens unexpected from the field. We are the better horse. They are on their distance a little more. But we go to France. We head to Longchamp for the 1 mile, 4 furlong Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. Class 1, Grade 1, 3-year-olds upon the turf course. And it looks like a pretty bad getaway for Penna from on this near side. That pink and blue silk horse. We go against the rail with Bond Sunrise. We got Azurinta Flight, Fugia Bush, and then back to Penta, Reactor Pavilion, Arca, Alcor, Rough Token, Sidecar Freeze, Unknown Damor, and Penna from is still at the back on the outside. They've got a long way to come up. We are half a mile from home. Star Drom is going to go. You will see Penna from now, though, starting to come up into things. The final 1.5 furlongs. We're waiting to see. There is Penna from on the outside, storming up towards this inside the final furlong. Here comes Penna from. Star Drom up the inside. Penna from running. Penna from just coming up and up and up and is gonna take it on the line. Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. I felt it was gonna happen. I knew this was a match race. I knew there was nothing else to worry about in this field. We did it anyway. Just headed out. A bad start from Penna from made it more of a race. But we're not a mile 4 horse. Penna from is. And the margin between the two horses isn't big enough to adapt. We'll be better over a short trip. Down to 137, and that's our first career loss on Star Drom. And probably the only one, but yeah. At some level, it feels like we did have to do that. But at the same time, it was a risk that just didn't pay off. It was a risk I didn't think would, but we came very close. 100% came very close. A Star Drom. Magnificent horse, just anywhere from a mile 1 to a mile 3. Going to be really tough for anybody to beat. Just as soon as we step outside of that, it gets a little more complicated. So, yeah. But it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. Let me know if you would have raced them or not. Say, I feel I've talked over the subject enough, but again, kind of interested to see how you feel about it and what you would want to do in that circumstance. So we'll probably win the next race, and that means we could have kept them out of the Arc de Triomphe and finished with, 17 wins out of 17 races, 15 or 14 Grade 1 wins, 140 rated. Yeah, we've only really got miles. We've only got miles. Maybe I just send. And Hague Tycoon. Frisette would be perfect for them. Juvenile. Sure. I don't love it, but sure. We could probably hold off on the Frisette, actually. because we can give you a tiny bit of extra distance. Run Hague, Brex, in the Frisette. That way everybody gets a run at a mile. And we kind of push a little deeper, right? Because you should be in... What do we got? I mean, you need all the help you can get. I don't know why I'm like trying to book everybody with one race and just be okay with it. No, you need everything you can get. You'll enjoy that extra distance and you'll be able to get back there and do something. That's everybody having been booked out until, well, pretty much the 6th of November, right? And that just gives us this this 1 month left of the season. So yeah, it kind of puts all the 2-year-olds in a good place where they've got a chance to gain as much potential as possible. Start with Hague Violetta, which is going to be a difficult run. It 100% is. Luckily, the grade 1 here is warmed up. We do have a grade 2. A couple of okay form horses, again, that we know a little bit. We just raced against some of these. So, let's see, the 1 mile Champagne, class 1, grade 1 for 2-year-olds on dirt. Hague Violetta fell asleep and now has to really catapult themselves to the front with Stravinsky bound, Heliodor, Pinta, Courageous, Zorro, and Aptina Mayasa. Gonna get that right. Whatever touch, Ananda Squall and Estura Deity at the back. Coming round the turn, the field coalesces. Final 1.5 furlongs. We're going to see a kick on here from these 4 horses. Hague Violetta still kind of in the mix, but not yet ready to go. Course would love a mile 1 with it. Just don't have those races. It looks like Amanda Squall on the outside. Whatever touch, just going to drop off there. And what a push right at the line from Heliodor Pinta. They didn't quite get up. Whatever touch fades into 3rd. Hague Violetta comfortably in 4th. So we faded, but I'm expecting that we want more distance, considered we struggle for pace. But yeah, everything points towards that not being quite right, and we know it's not quite right. They're going to get a run at the back end. They're at least at 70%. It's not amazing. We had the Belmont, Hague Brex in the Frisette. 1 of 4 laid back horses. Shamed is a grade 2. Whippy is a grade 1. A couple of the horses in this field we do know, like Jardine, Noel. But the 1 mile Frisette class 1 grade 1 for 2-year-olds on the dirt here at Belmont as wet. As well as wet. Maybe it's wet. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a dry track. We're off okay out of the gates. We're going to hang back here. Tweet Grace at the front with Nifty Matter. And Liliana Banana Mama. What a name for a horse. Catatonic Rose and ourselves up here with Delilah Blow, Mithy Whippy, Jardine Noeli, Rule Fawn, no, Bula Fawn, Nirvana Shamed, all in the mix. We could get blocked off. We might have a pathway to run. Oh, It wouldn't slow down, then it did, then it didn't, then it did. Shamed on the outside. Looks like they're getting up for it. Hague has a shout for second place. Could be as low as fourth. I didn't really see. I knew we came up. I don't know if we came up just in time. I don't believe so. And we're just going to be in third from Tweet Gracie. Short head back on them and a short head over Bula Fawn. Solid. Maybe we want 7 furlongs. That's all I can kind of think of, but that was a nice run. That was a nice run. And Hague is just going to stay just over that 70 potential. Maybe 72 there. So yeah, not a bad run. I'm gonna say time for the breeding barn. I'm gonna say time for the breeding barn. So yeah. I don't think we're gonna improve. If we did, it wouldn't be by much. Okay. Couple of grade 2 winners and a grade 1 winner that's got multiple grades as well. Like a single grade 2, that could be very risky to buy. 2 grade 3s and a grade 2 could just not be a great horse, especially at 11. But a 7-year-old that's won a grade 3 and 2 grade 1s, and it looks like they were very, very close to winning another couple. It is a sprinter, but it could be a nice horse. So we're going to see them with a more promising grade 2. Going to pay a little over 1.3 million, laid back, breeding indicator of a mile 3. So if they are decent, they could be something to add to the breeding barn. If they're not quite as good as we want them to be, they might end up, if they got some jumping, certainly in the British jump save. And we're going to go up to 1.74 million for our grade 1. Again, not a fan of the breeding indication here, only being a 5 furlong and it winning at 5 and 6 furlongs. So, going to be difficult, but we do have some horses that have some distance that we could pair them up with. Or we could focus on that 6 furlongs for the Everest. So, there is that. And just under 1.5 million getting Contessina Apple, who is the riskiest of the 3. For sure. So we're going to take a look at them first. Middle price. Like that stamina bar. That does kind of line up with where we thought we were. Looks like could have had a grade 1 and grade 2 here that we didn't end up with. So it could be okay. Don't know much about the lineage. It's got 1 yearling and that's it. And that's all it's going to get. Definitely kind of what I feared that horse might be. 1.3 million, 11 years of age. Not an amazing horse, but again, does have a decent stamina bar. Has that jumps bar. Kind of what I thought might be happening here. Just doesn't have the potential, finish, confidence. I just don't even feel like that's going to improve things in the jump save. So we'll say goodbye to Denny's Dream as well, the cheapest, but the less risky of the 2-year-old, the grade 2s. Both of them didn't work out. And then the most expensive, of course, the multiple grade 1s. Stamina bar, sadly, is exactly where we thought it would be. Lineage of Badam and Razzle. Don't really know either of those. We just raced against one of your foals. Butler's Name. They won the Woodward. They won the Clemendel Hirsch. Okay. They've also got 3 grade 3s, so that's solid, right? Got a 2-year-old that, like, really didn't enjoy their maiden. Was that with... Don't know the horse. Don't know the horse. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected to see. It's kind of what I expect to see. Not amazing stats in general, but the potential is definitely where we want it to be. The extra speed is absolutely delightful. Full finish, full going adaptability. Tiny little bit of jumping ability, but I wouldn't take it into a jump save because you need to breed it with monster distances just to be able to run anything at all. But I do think this could be a nice horse with the right breeding. We could get some nice sprinters at 6 furlongs, and maybe, like I say, the Everest being a target for this bloodline. We could also see it run at like a mile and just clean up there as well. But not bad, not amazing, not bad. I wouldn't have paid that much money for it. But it will join the breeding program for now, because I don't think it's worth taking it into the jumps. I do not believe that's worthwhile doing. We're a couple of days away there, I think, from being bred. Kandy Star's at Ascot, so we're just going to skip to the results here. Because in testing, I did fix this issue. And then I shut down the game. I opened it up the next morning and I basically went and tested it again just to see, and it crashed again. So there's something not quite right with Ascot at all. Dover Slayer wound up. We love to see that. Sans Memory, the other grade 1 coming across from America, also a little warm and agitated. That takes off 2 of the big threats here, and that kind of leaves Aaron Spinnaker and a bunch of unknown or unproven domestic horses at the Champions Stakes. So I almost clicked watch race. I almost did it. But Kandy Star wins. Aaron Spinnaker just doesn't seem to be anywhere near as good as they were last year. Definitely have fallen off dramatically last year. They got a second place, 2 6s, a 7th, and a 9th. So probably getting hit now with a deterioration. That's for sure. I think that's kind of where they're at. Would love to see it come up at auction. Don't think it will. But a nice win by Kandy Star. Absolutely fine. Don't mind that at all. And they are, number 3 in the British rankings. You got Inchbury Nymph and Priorite Mayor. We know both of those a little bit. And then Dubai, look at that. 1 Group 1 win, 1 Group 2 win. And Daffodil, like, they were a much better horse than that. I'm going to follow this horse just in case that comes up for auction, because it'd be really nice to know what's there, because Star Drom's just obliterated them. And, yeah. I don't feel like that's entirely representative of the horse. Okay, this will put us on our last breeding prospect, and Hague Kandy going to Tokyo. This is going to be the Cup. Oh, it's going to be a tennis show, sorry. Yeah. I I don't know. I feel like Hague Kandy's been up and down this year. I feel we've been really unlucky, for sure. But it just doesn't feel like a horse that I'm super confident in or that I expect to go win or win big. So I'm still waiting for those kind of breakout races from it. We've been desperately unlucky for sure. We got an inside draw. And we get out okay, but we're going to hang back and against the rail, which again just could see us getting blocked off. And that's why I don't like horses running at the back. Yes, you can change that with jockey orders, but it's the natural inclination of the horse. Like, I feel like that is something that I need to work with as well. Junket Eagle right at the front. We do have a lane to at least run here. I don't know if we're going to have the pace for it, but it looks like we're coming as a 6-horse race here at the moment. Everybody kind of cools off at the same point. Cheyenne Taurus up into the lead. Hague Kandy just comfortably half a length in second from Your Killing. Not an amazing run again, not bad. I have to say that. It's not an easy race to go win. But I felt we had the quality to win. We just weren't able to do it. But yeah. It's not a bad run. It just feels like for a horse that could have and should have been a Triple Crown contender, it's not showing me that it's a great horse. And I feel that puts it very firmly in the category with like a Krabby's Down, where Krabby's won the Triple Crown. But that's not a special horse. I think that's kind of how I'm feeling. Plateau Brex, special horse. Star Drom didn't run the Triple Crown, special horse. There's a difference. Brisingamen Hague, kind of a special horse. Maybe not with Star Drom and Plateau Brex, but yeah, pretty dang close. And in that conversation, at least for me. In that conversation, at least for me. So we should be good soon. Don't love anything at breeding. At auction, sorry. So let's just complete our breeding for now. Clear this. I don't know who I prefer, Kandy Star or Hague Kandy either. I think that's kind of up in the air. I think they're very, very similar. Which makes a lot of sense. They come both from Candania Terry, of course. Ingleby Star and Brisingamen Hague being the, respective sires. But yeah, they do kind of feel very similar. And again, they feel similar in a good but not great way. And I would not book them in for any like top class horses racing time. Like I would with Brex and I would with Star Drom. So everybody's got their full races now for the end of the season. Just quick look at the auction in case anything shows up that we want to run. And that will bring us on then to the Breeders' Cup for the final little section of this video. We got 4 2-year-olds with big tests. big test. Violetta kind of needs a little bit of improvement that we're not seeing. Magic Man isn't too bad. Again, could really use a jump on everybody. Renee is pretty close, but those two don't have the distance. Hague Tycoon and Hague Violetta already have distance. Hague Tycoon's not too bad. I just feel Hague Violetta is the one. This has got the quirks. That one needs to show something. It's going to be a big question mark next season. Do we get rid of them both? Do we persevere? Do they work their way into Triple Crown contendership? I don't really know. We're going to have 3 horses with quirks. And that's definitely going to factor into my decision making. But let me know, comment sections down below, how you feel about it. How do you feel about it? Okay. Juvenile fillies turf then, up first, over a mile. Hague Rene to run. We've got a French horse here, ungraded. We have got a grade 3 and 2 grade 2s over from Britain. And we've got 2 ungraded Canadians and 2 grade 1 Canadians. Not too bad. The domestic grade 1 is your favorite, Witnessed Mischief, highest rated. That's fine. We are just in there behind. There's a bunch of horses on pretty good form at the top end of that order. There are some laid back horses in this field. We will see what Hague Rene can do. The 1 Mile Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf, Class 1, Grade 1, for 2-year-olds. We're going to zoom in and speed up as we get off to an okay start. Nothing great. We're going to move up to the front alongside Flamingo Mara. And Gigi Riona, one of those Canadians, is up in the lead. So Turn Lopez, Reggiori Saviola, M1 Rhapsody up next, the 3 stablemates. Looks like Cluny Paris coming round the outside. Very, very solid. Down to the final furlong then, at home. It looks like Cluny Paris coming through. Saturn Lopez in a good spot here, up into second. Gigi Riona fading fast. Hague Rene just slips in ahead of them for third. I really thought Saturn Lopez was going to come on strong at the end and take that. But couldn't get a British horse. Cluny Paris will take this. Third, I feel, is good for us. Third, I feel, is good. It's not great. Doesn't really do too much here. But again, I do think that breeding barn at this stage now. The other mile race, this time for the Colts and the Geldings. Magic Man will run. Couple of ungraded French horses. Couple of ungraded Irish horses. An ungraded Brit. A grade 2 Brit. An ungraded Canadian. And a grade 1 Canadian. Who's in good form. Top rated is Fear Got Nature, a grade 1 domestic. We've also got a grade 2 domestic, which is what we are as well. I do think pretty much the top 2 are right. The top 2 are right. I would then put us third. We're actually fourth. We do know some of these horses. Again, we've raced against a few of these. These names are kind of familiar in places. I just don't know. what to think about Magic Man at all. But we're still at Keeneland, 1 mile Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf for the Colts and Geldings this time. Class 1, Grade 1 for 2-year-olds. We are not the favourite. Can we get off to a good start? It's not bad. Not perfect, but not bad. We will go to the front. Few Got Nature is in behind us with Sky Beyond, Capable Buster, Swing Here, Rodrigo Disengager, Franco Teal, and then the field led out by Duneen Kitam, the grey, there at the back end of the picture. Getting ready now. A few horses coming up for the turn. Getting in position. Swing Here. Looks like they're going down to the final furlong. We are just not in a good place at all. Fantastic runs here across the board. Babylon up. Budsfix Manor is there. Fugoff holds on to third from Bernie and Beatty. I think we finished like 13th. Yeah, 13th. Beautiful. Magic Man did not have the race we wanted them to have in this case. And, yeah, they didn't really do anything. Canadians came through strong. Ran a little lazily. Yeah, you can say that again. You can say that again. I don't feel like we're getting good answers to our questions for our 2-year-olds. There's a couple gone in the breeding barn. There's a few out in the field, only one of which I truly believe in right now because of the quirks. And these last few that we're running, I just don't feel entirely convinced on either. Hague Tycoon, a chance to do something fantastic. 110 yards, over a mile. 2 grade 1s. They're going to be the favorites. 2 grade 2s, going to be the next favorites. I like us. I just don't know if we are genuine. I don't know if we're genuine. 1 mile, 110-yard Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies on the dirt for the 2-year-olds, Class 1, Grade 1. Your favourite will be Scarlet Monarch in the Blue Silks. And Hague Tycoon. Not an amazing start. Not too bad. Going to stay on the outside and slowly work up to a chasing position, which isn't the worst place in the world to be. I don't mind it. Corner Transit is out in front. Edgevine Kumturu right there. Now on our inside is one of the favourites, and Promenade, Risky, Scarlet Monarch and Tweet Gracie all in here. So Kumturu and Scarlet Monarch. As we come down now then, 1.5 furlongs. Looks like a few are kicking on. Hague Tycoon isn't. Moves into a lane but doesn't come up. Corner Transit still in the lead here. Here comes Edgevine Kumturu powering in here. Getting up into the mix and is probably going to take this from Promenade Risky in second place. We finished with the field, I think, 6th, 7th by a head. Very close in the middle. Once extra distance, I get that, but this is as close as we can get. I just don't know if Hague Tycoon is good enough. I just don't know. Stravinsky Bound, Grade 1. Signifer Broughton, Grade 2. One horse is a little warm. That is Broughton. We are a little bit lazy. And yeah, Hidedo's your favourite. Probably off form and rating. I feel a little more confident in this one than I have in some of the others. But again, I don't feel it exactly matches us. And there's a lot of questions about this horse too, which is why we're running these races. A mile, 110-yard Breeders' Cup. Juvenile for Colts. Grade 1, Class 1. 2-year-olds on the dirt. Hague Violetta. Again, kind of an average start. Going to the outside. Up near the front, Rainy Print with us, MC Pompey, Signifer Broughton, back to Duster Quest, Stravinsky Brown, Essence Tweed, and there is Heliodor Pintar just at the back against the Rail Arlington Trust in frame. The rest are all off frame, half a mile from home, round this sweeping left turn. We now have 6 up at the front, Pintar and Bound going for this. Inside the final furlong, Duster Quest, what a push from them. They're coming up, and from Deep Arlington Trust, do they have the legs to sustain? They do not. Heliodor Pintar, your favourite, is going to come up on this. Finishes strong. Hague Violetta, 10th place, 11th place, short-headed out on the line. Absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Again, probably wants more distance, but really needed to jump up in terms of potential and didn't. Hey, Grenade, pretty much not an amazing run, but a pretty good run. Kind of good enough to get into the barn. Hague Tycoon. I just don't love those quirks. I don't love those quirks at all. I don't love those quirks at all. I don't know. I don't know. I think the horse is pretty good. I think the potential looks really solid. We've got a chance to realize all of that next season and be quality level right up there for Triple Crown. Distance level right up there for Triple Crown. It just doesn't enjoy running on dirt, so is there any point? I don't know. I just know you don't go into the breeding barn at all. Magic Man, solid. Worry about next season capping out at like 76, 77 ability. And maybe not even jumping to the right distance either. And Hague Violetta, we've got distance. We've got potential. But we're so low here. We're solid everywhere else. I just don't know. I just don't know. We got 3 2-year-olds in the breeding barn. They will come out for next season. Hague Renee, I don't feel has shown me they're special, but they're solid. Do they get distance? I don't know. I think that is the question. High Life, do they get distance? I doubt it. If they do, are they good enough to win a Preakness or a Kentucky Derby? Possibly. Do they have adaptability and everything for a Belmont? I really don't think so. And then Hague Brex has distance, probably won't gain too much more. It's a tiny bit of adaptability. Looks okay, could get up. Like, Hague Brex could be our best shot at a Triple Crown from the female side of things, which hurts. But, like, honestly, I feel that could be. Brisingamen Hague we love, Plateau Brex we love. Shouldn't be too much of a shock. Mrs. Duck, I love. I'd be more than happy to run her in a Triple Crown. We'll probably gain a bunch of potential and be able to really compete with extra speed, great consistency, finish application, just like it's again just the quirks that really worry me. Spear Dancer got some good potential, good stamina, solid. Probably won't gain more stamina, and we might struggle here and there. We got a lot of distance adaptability, but again, we could be in a good place potential-wise. We've seen horses that look like this win Triple Crown races, but we've got quirks. And Hague Tycoon, again, could be right on distance. Everything okay, could gain this. We've got quirks. So the three horses I like more than Hague Brex, or similar to Hague Brex, that I'd be willing to run, all have quirks. The other two in the breeding barn I don't think are as good as these out in the field. And that just catapults Hague Brex up by default rather than quality. Hague Violetta, distance, will struggle to max out enough potential to be a real threat, but is probably in line with someone like Hague Brex or just below Hague Brex, maybe. Magic Man, I doubt gets distance and doesn't have the potential anyway for next year. And then my number one horse all along, the one I felt looked like they had the best bars as a 2-year-old, that I believed in the most, and that I just worry about getting a mile 4. Dragon ran green, won a maiden. Dragon ran green, almost won a grade 2. Dragon didn't run green and absolutely decimated the competition. 100 rated, grade 3 winner, already over 80 potential / ability. Looks really good, over 80 extra speed. He'll probably jump towards a 90 in terms of potential in a 3-year-old season. Doesn't have adaptability. And there's a chance that that enthusiasm comes into play. But Dragon, by far, has to be the Triple Crown favourite right now. I think it's Dragon until it's not. And then it's Hague Brex until it's not. With maybe Hague Violetta, if early races they gain pretty much, they've got to hit 20. They've got to jump all the way up to about 85 ability, which is going to be really, really tough. And I don't think they can do it. But that's kind of my rankings, my thoughts. Let me know kind of what you think. Next video, we're going to end out the season for Hague Kandy, Kandy Star, and Star Drom. And then we're going to go over to those 3-year-old seasons and start putting things together and make those decisions for those Triple Crown races. So let me know, comment section down below, what you feel is the right way to go about things, what you think of those horses. Run a little long here, just trying to get through my thoughts on those. But you let me know. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe for the algorithm. Get the channel out there to more and more people. Let's grow our community. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. It's a fun journey. We came very close this year. I believe in Dragon. I'm just worried about that mile 4. And I think that's the only question mark I have. Everybody else, I still probably have that mile 4 concern. I also have other concerns as well. So let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Check out the other playlists and the memberships on the channel. As always, I'll see you for fun and games here at Hilltop Park on Starters Order 7. Take care. Stay safe. And all the best to you. I hope your decisions are a little more simpler than some of mine have been.